What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Last Wraps baseball card break. And today we are going to do our second hanger box in as many days. And this is a Series 2. And yesterday when we did the box, it was okay. We didn't get anything particularly exciting. And we did get a couple of blue parallels, and we got ourselves a few different items, but nothing that we can really say that we were all excited about. So here we go with another crack at the Series 2. Series 2, we didn't buy a lot of, and I think we're thankful for that because realistically, there's not a whole lot of guys in the Series 2 set that are popping for me right now. And in fact, as I look at this year for their rookies, it looks like we're going to be hoping for a lot of late bloomers in the Series 2, and for that matter, just in general. And so if I look at this one, what do we have? There's nothing really that pops in this. So we're going to see what we're able to come up with out of this hanger box. And the retail hangers, obviously it's tough to get something decent. We're going to lead it off. They've got Corey Seager on the top, and on the back we've got, Johan Oviedo, who we actually finished the last box with, who was a blue parallel. So the way we did it was this, is we went through the cards, and we may go through this one a little bit quicker because obviously this product has been out for a bit, and it'll give everybody an opportunity to see what we're able to come up with. We'll still take our time, but we are going to move this on a little bit faster. I see something shiny in here. So what we're going to do is we are going to skip right through that. We're going to put that to the bottom, and we're going to take this, and we're going to work our way with the cards here first. And we're going to kick it off with a Jahmai Jones rookie for the Baltimore Orioles. We'll put our rookie stack over here. It seems to have a run of these in a row. There's Mike Moustakas, certainly not a rookie for the Cincinnati Reds. That's followed by a Andrew Miller with the St. Louis Cardinals. And then we've got Dallas Keuchel, the lefty for the Chicago White Sox. J.P. Crawford, who has found a home in Seattle after starting his career in Philadelphia. Followed by Jackie Bradley Jr., who is no longer a Red Sox. He is a Milwaukee Brewer. Dinelson Lamet of the San Diego Padres. Followed up by Jose Iglesias, who's been all over the highlight reels in the last month or so, playing shortstop for the Angels. There's Jason Castro, who began his career with the Astros, went to the Twins, and has now found his way back to Houston. Adam Duvall of the Atlanta Braves. Our next one up is Rio Ruiz of the Baltimore Orioles. And we're going to stay in landscape mode as we've got ourselves an Antonio Senzatella. And now we've got ourselves a Tom Hatch card for the Toronto Blue Jays. If I'm not mistaken, Tom Hatch was a Chicago Cub at one time. There is Alex Kirilloff. Alex Kirilloff had a decent start to the season this year. They got himself hurt, and he's done for the year. There is Jeff Mathis of the Texas Rangers. We follow that up with Carl Edwards Jr. Carl Edwards' best years were with the Cubs, and he's been with the Mariners and now with the Braves. I don't know how he's doing in Atlanta, but he's bouncing around. Speaking of good years with the Mariners, Edwin Diaz was one of those guys. And, of course, he's with the Mets. There is the Blue Jays, celebrating with Gurriel and others. And now we've got Zach Plesac for the Cleveland Indians. That's followed by Enrique Hernandez, who was the former Dodger, now calling Boston and Fenway his home. We flip it over as we have the Seattle Mariners celebrating. And then we have the Boston Red Sox doing the same. And then that's followed up by the Oakland Athletics enjoying a walk-off in some capacity. And then the Toronto Blue Jays. So we got 4 team cards in a row. And then we get the always popular Ji-Man Choi for Tampa Bay. And another team card. We've got the Houston Astros. So we're cornering the market on team cards. There's Matt Barnes, the closer for the Red Sox. And then we've got Alex Young of the Diamondbacks. And that's followed by Jorge Soler, who's no longer a Royal. And then there is that Oviedo card, who, of course, ended our last break. Of course, it was the blue parallel. We carry on with Corey Seager because he was what was leading off the last one. We got Gary Sanchez, the Sanchez. Edner Enciarte, he is no longer a Brave. He got released or designated for assignment this year. It's too bad because he was one of the best defenders in the game. Didi Gregorius, followed by Mike Soraka, who needs to find out who his surgeon or the guy who did the hatchet job on his Achilles. 2 years missed for Soraka. Really, really sad. Zach Eflin is then followed by Christian Arroyo. And then we've got ourselves Tony Watson. Followed by Jose Abreu. And then Jose Leclerc of the Texas Rangers. Tucker Barnhart, who is now going to be the second fiddle behind, in my opinion, behind Stevenson in Cincinnati. Tyler Glasnow. Greg Holland of the Kansas City Royals. He followed up by Zach Gallen for the Diamondbacks. And then you've got Ryan Braun of the Milwaukee Brewers. We got Trevor Rogers, who's had an outstanding year for the Marlins, maybe an odds-on favorite for Rookie of the Year. Michael Pineda, it looks like Michael Pineda has enjoyed the fine life, as his waistline is a little large. There is Enoli Paredes, a rookie for the Houston Astros. We follow that up with an Anthony Rendon, and now we're back to the other side. We saw this fellow yesterday, that is Dean Kramer. I mentioned that I think he is the representative for the Israeli national team. We've got Luis Arias, followed by Andy Young. So we saw those guys yesterday in this order. There is David Fletcher. And you got Jake Lamb. Jake Lamb is no longer an Athletic. I think he is a White Sox these days. And that is, who's that? Stephen Crichton of the Diamondbacks. We follow that up with a Aaron Nola of the Phillies, and then Austin Hedges. And now we are almost into the stuff. And there we go. Our first one is, we've got a red parallel card of Enrique Hernandez. And this card is specially numbered out of 199. So that's always cool when you can pull a red parallel. And Kiki Hernandez has some popularity, that's for sure. We can follow that up with a Chris Bryant foil card. And of course, the Bryant card foil, that's not numbered, but that is kind of a cool, slick-looking card as well. So we'll keep the red one up there. We've got ourselves 0-60 in Jose Abreu, and that is not numbered. Michael Conforto of the Mets in that throwback 86 Met card. Then we've got Pete Alonso, the Polar Bear, followed up by a rookie card of Joey Bart. And then we have Ke'Bryan Hayes in the rookie parallel. And you've got Giancarlo Stanton. And now into the blue parallels, there is Ken Giles. And we followed up with a rookie of William Contreras, the catcher for the Atlanta Braves. And there you have it, everybody. That's today's break. And I think this hanger box, was certainly better than yesterday's hanger box. But we'll take it either way. All right, everybody. Once again, you watched another Last Drafts Baseball video production. If you enjoyed